top of the morning, and it is a beaut.
And the hope of the Irish as the future champion of the world.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio.
Welcome to the Barry J. McDonald podcast. The place where dreams get dusted off and acted on. Because life is too short. We're living on a rock that's flying through space, and hey, what the hell else were you going to do with yourself here?
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today I want to ask you, are you happy? Are you happy doing the thing that you are doing right now? Are you happy blogging? Are you happy podcasting? Are you happy creating digital products? Are you happy over on Facebook? Are you happy on Instagram? Are you happy full stop? Now, the reason I'm bringing up the topic of happiness is just something that had come into my head the other day when I was over on the Warrior Plus site. Now, if you don't know much about the Warrior Plus site, there is a huge forum over there where a lot of internet marketers hang out. But what they have on the site is a marketplace. And on this marketplace, we find a lot of people who will be selling a lot of products and services. I use it many, many times to sell my own products. But what you'll find over there is on any particular day of the week, you will find a load of new products being promoted on the site. So you'll have people who are selling PDF documents with some kind of tip or trick in it. You'll find some people selling PLR products. You'll find some people selling software or maybe a video product or a training course or something like that. So it varies from kind of day to day. But a lot of people would kind of hang out on that platform and they would buy a lot of products from time to time. And unfortunately, people who hang out on the Warrior Plus site probably spend a lot more money on that site than they actually make. And the reason that I'm kind of bringing it back to the topic of happiness is because when I look at a lot of the products that are for sale there, I was just thinking to myself, the people who buy these products, are they happy actually using them? It's okay getting excited about some tip or trick or some way that you can outwit YouTube, or you can get top ranking on Google, or some piece of software is going to, make your Facebook following explode or whatever. It's okay having all those things and getting, the initial excitement of using the product or using the software and seeing some of the results that it gets. But in a week from now, in a month from now, in 6 months from now, I was just kind of thinking to myself, would those people be happy doing those things? It's okay doing those things for a couple of days, but in a week from now, would they be still using that technique? In a month from now, would they still be using that software? In 6 months from now, is that loophole in Google, is it still going to be there? And again, will those people be actually happy to use that technique over and over again? So I'm kind of thinking about the topic of happiness, because what I found is that if you are going to be successful in anything online, you need to be happy doing it. It's okay having the money coming in, but if you're not happy with that, at the end of the day, the money is good, but if the happiness isn't there, what's the point? Again, having a huge following on social media probably sounds great. But if you're not happy posting that content, if you're not happy being on those platforms, again, what's the point? It's okay selling products, but if you're not happy selling those products, what's the point? So circling back to the topic of happiness, I maybe want you to just have a look at where you are right now and ask yourself, am I happy doing the things that I'm doing? Would I be happy doing this thing that I'm doing in a month from now, 6 months from now, in a year from now, in 6 years from now? Would I still be happy showing up and going through this process, or whatever I'm selling or whatever I'm doing? Would I still be happy doing it? Now, you will find some days you are probably going to feel more inspired, more motivated, and some days you probably mightn't want to do the work as much days as other. But on the whole, are you happy doing the things that you are doing? Because I found that the people who are successful love what they do. They mightn't be 100% fired up every single day, but probably 90% of the time they love doing what they do. They love writing, they love podcasting, they love creating YouTube videos, they love doing TikTok videos, or whatever it is. They love doing it, and because they love doing it, they are going to show up on more days than anyone else. They are going to pump out more content than anyone else. They are willing to go through those 6 months or a year of maybe not making any money, or the learning curve that they they might have to go through. They're happy to do that because they basically love the thing that they are doing. And what you will find is those people who love those things, you'll never be able to compete with them. You will never show up as often as they will. You will never stick with it long term, and you will be looking for something else 5 minutes later on. So, again, going back to the topic of happiness, are you happy? And if you're not happy, maybe it's time to look for something else and find something that does bring you happiness. And forget about the money right now. The money will probably come along sometime in the future. But, you know, unless you're happy doing something, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to get the number of followers. You're never going to get the money coming in or whatever it is, because it's never going to make you happy. So, are you happy? Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Before you go, Barry would like to give you a free copy of Words to Wealth. In it, he's going to show you 10 ways to make money from writing. Head on over to writecome.com now for your copy. Have a great day and come back soon.